Welcome to the Great Forward Movement. Join us as we journey deeper into the realms of consciousness. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to visit our website at www.thegreatforwardmovement.com. With your help, our goal is to build a 200 million person army of light workers. Please consider joining us in the eternal battle between the dark and the light. The Irrational Punishments of Man. 1. Ignorance. Ignorance is the absence of understanding, particularly of spiritual truths. It blinds us to our divine nature, leaving us trapped in material illusions. Ignorance fosters fear, division, and suffering as we resist growth and cling to limiting beliefs. It perpetuates a cycle of self-imposed stagnation, keeping us disconnected from higher wisdom. To transcend ignorance, we must seek knowledge with humility, embrace introspection, and open ourselves to spiritual practices. By illuminating our path with awareness, we can break free from the constraints of ignorance and move toward enlightenment. 2. Pain and suffering. Pain and suffering are intrinsic to material life, amplified by attachment and resistance to change. Physical pain serves a purpose, but emotional suffering arises from unfulfilled desires and clinging to impermanence. Suffering can lead to bitterness if viewed as meaningless, yet it also offers an opportunity for growth and resilience. By cultivating acceptance and mindfulness, we transform suffering into a teacher, guiding us toward inner peace and spiritual awakening. Recognizing the impermanence of all things allows us to transcend this punishment and find meaning in life's challenges. 3. Lack of measure. Lack of measure manifests as imbalance in thought, emotion, or action. Excess or deficiency disrupts harmony, leading to dissatisfaction and depletion. Overindulgence reflects inner emptiness, while neglect causes stagnation. Imbalance affects relationships, health, and the environment, fostering discord and instability. To overcome this punishment, we must embrace moderation, self-awareness, and discipline. Practices like mindfulness and reflection help restore balance, enabling us to live harmoniously. By avoiding extremes, we can appreciate life's richness without becoming enslaved to desires or neglecting our well-being. Covetousness is the irrational desire for what others possess, rooted in a scarcity mindset. It breeds envy, dissatisfaction, and a relentless cycle of comparison. By focusing on external validation, we lose sight of inner fulfillment, damaging relationships and fostering mistrust. Covetousness fuels unethical behavior and societal inequalities. Gratitude and contentment are antidotes to this punishment, reminding us of life's inherent abundance. By shifting focus from material gain to intangible riches like love and connection, we break free from covetousness and cultivate peace and generosity. Injustice arises when fairness and integrity are abandoned for selfish gain. It reflects a failure to see others as equals, perpetuating harm and division. Injustice erodes trust, fuels conflict, and compromises moral values, harming both victims and perpetrators. Empathy, fairness, and accountability are essential to overcoming this punishment. By embracing compassion and advocating for equity, we can restore harmony and repair societal fractures. Injustice also serves as a call to action, urging us to create a just world that prioritizes collective well-being over individual desires. Greed is the excessive desire for material possessions, power, or control. It stems from inner emptiness and a misguided belief that external accumulation brings fulfillment. Greed perpetuates dissatisfaction and exploitation, harming individuals and the environment. This punishment traps us in a cycle of insatiable craving, distancing us from higher values. Overcoming greed requires cultivating gratitude, generosity, and detachment. By recognizing the sufficiency of what we have and embracing simplicity, we can free ourselves from greed's grip and find contentment in life's intangible treasures. 7. Lying. Lying is the distortion of truth for personal gain driven by fear, insecurity, or selfishness. It erodes trust, creates division, and distances us from authenticity. Lying entangles individuals in webs of deception, perpetuating guilt and dishonor. Truthfulness is the remedy, fostering transparency, accountability, and genuine connections. By embracing honesty and integrity, we align with higher principles and build trust in relationships and communities. Transcending this punishment requires courage to face the truth, even when it is uncomfortable, and a commitment to living authentically. 8. Envy. Envy arises from discontent with one's circumstances and a desire for another's advantages. It fosters resentment, bitterness, and a focus on lack rather than abundance. Envy damages relationships and blinds us to our own blessings. The antidote to envy is self-acceptance and gratitude, which shift focus from comparison to appreciation. By cultivating inner fulfillment and celebrating others' successes, we transcend envy's grasp and foster harmony. Recognizing that each individual's journey is unique helps us appreciate our own path without resentment or competition. Cunning. Cunning is the manipulation of others for personal advantage, often disguised as cleverness. It reflects a lack of trust in fairness and a reliance on deceit. While it may bring short-term gain, cunning undermines genuine connections and integrity. This punishment traps individuals in a cycle of mistrust and isolation. Overcoming cunning requires embracing honesty, fairness, and mutual respect. By valuing authenticity over manipulation, we can build relationships based on trust and cooperation, transcending the destructive patterns of cunning behavior. Anger. Anger is a powerful, often destructive emotion that arises from perceived injustice, frustration, or unmet expectations. While it can signal a need for change, uncontrolled anger harms relationships, health, and peace of mind. This punishment traps individuals in cycles of conflict and negativity. To overcome anger, we must practice self-awareness, patience, and forgiveness. Recognizing the impermanence of emotions and cultivating compassion helps us respond constructively rather than react impulsively. By transforming anger into understanding, we free ourselves from its destructive hold and find inner calm. Reflections of the law. Reflections of the law refer to rigid adherence to rules without understanding their deeper purpose. This punishment fosters judgment, intolerance, and a lack of compassion. When laws are followed without insight, they become tools of oppression rather than justice. Transcending this punishment requires balancing structure with empathy, recognizing that principles should serve the greater good. By aligning actions with universal truths rather than dogma, we embrace flexibility and wisdom. This approach fosters harmony and ensures that laws uphold fairness and compassion rather than rigid control. Malice. Malice is the intentional desire to harm others, driven by anger, envy, or resentment. It reflects a disconnection from compassion and an over-identification with the ego's need for dominance. Malice perpetuates cycles of revenge and destruction, poisoning relationships and communities. To overcome malice, we must cultivate forgiveness, empathy, and love. Recognizing the shared humanity in all people helps dissolve the barriers that fuel hostility. By choosing kindness and understanding, we transcend malice and foster healing, creating a world rooted in unity and peace.